we're live. This is going to be a long one. So, a few months ago, I haven't done this in a while, I started ranking all the allies and Marvel champions. I have done leadership, or justice, aggression, and heroic, or signature allies. Now, I do need to update those lists, but today we are finishing it. And we are going to be ranking the leadership, protection, and basic. Now, this might take a while, so grab some popcorn. We're gonna start with leadership. I should have counted this. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. That could be wrong. Boys, we're gonna start first with Wonder Man. He's a 2-cost ally, thwart 1, attack 3, 3 health Avenger. And the reason he's so low is because he sucks. Because as an additional cost for him to attack, you must discard a card from your hand. Yeah, he's just bad. Yeah, ever since I even opened, which Cap was my first thing I got outside of the core box. Even when I read that, I was just like, he sucks. What's up with the lighting here? Doesn't matter. Next ally we have is Goliath. He's just forgettable for me. It's 4-cost, thwart 2, attack a 1, 2 consequential, 4 health ally after he attacks until the end of the, or give him +4 attack till the end of the phase. At the end of the phase, discard Goliath. Once per phase. I just don't really like him. I don't know. I just don't use him. You know? Those two are just, like, in my opinion, the worst leadership allies because I just don't use them. Next ally we have is Power Man. He is a 3-cost ally. Thwart 1, attack 2, 2 consequential, 3 health. He enters play 2 chi counters. Discard a number of chi counters from him. He gets +2 attack for each chi counter discard this way. So you can get him 4 attack. That's pretty good. I just, once again, don't use him. This one I'm mixed on is Ronan. He's a 3-cost ally. Thwart 1, attack 2, 3 health. Ronan gets +1 thwart, +1 attack while an upgrade is attached to them. Oh yeah, I guess there's been multiple Ronans. We don't know which one this is. It's cool that you can give him +1/+1 and good for Voltron builds. It's just when I'm doing Voltron, I don't really use this ally. I normally use whatever signature ally with the hero I'm using because I use specific heroes like Spider-Man, Vivian. There's another one that I use a lot. Don't ask me what it is. But yeah, just don't use them. Next we have Falcon. He is a 4-cost ally, thwart 1, attack 2, 3 health, aerial champion. Now, after he enters player, after he attacks thwarts, spend energy, right under a champion character you control. That's not bad, but like because of his hand, whatever, you're probably not gonna have a hand size. So anything in your hand, so his thing is kind of worthless. At least that's my opinion. Next is Vision. I like Vision. Actually, I didn't like him at all when I first got him, but he's grown on me slowly. But I only really like him in Captain Marvel. He is a 4-cost ally, thwart 1, attack 2, 3 health, Android Avenger, spend an energy resource, choose thwart or attack. To the end of the phase, Vision gets +2 to that chosen power. Now, he did come in the core set, but I think, once again, only like him with Captain Marvel. Other than that, I am not using him. So, sorry, buddy. We're actually going to have to move these down to try and fit. Basic's going to be torture. Fit everything in his camera. Next, we got U.S. Agent. 3-cost ally, thwart 1, attack 1, 5 health, retaliate 1, and Avenger. He's a good blocker. If you use the, like I'm in my Hawkeye deck to give him tough status card to be able to defend multiple times, that's about really all he's used for is Hawkeye. Or I think Widow would be good as well. Just, you know, basically he's a good defender. That's all he's good for. Next, we have Captain America. 6-cost ally, thwart 2, attack 2, 4 health, toughness, reduce cost to play, cap by 1 for each Avenger character you control. He's pretty easy to get in for cheap because there's potential to get to 5 allies, so you can actually bring him in for free. If you have Avengers Tower, Triskelion to play, you can have 5 allies. So you have an Avenger hero, 3 Avenger allies, and Avengers Tower and team building. He's coming in for free. We're gonna run out of space here. At least on this line. Next one is one I think is only good on Expert, and that is White Tiger. 3-cost ally, thwart 2, attack 2, 2 health. After you play her from your hand, draw X cards to a maximum of 3 where X is equal to the villain's stage number. You get to draw a card for that. Pretty good stats. I do like her stats. I just think the card draw is really good, but only good in Expert. So that's why I don't use her often. Next, we have a Patriot. 3-cost ally, Thwart 2, 2 consequential. Tekka 1, 4 health. Champion hero response after he enters play. Choose a champion character. That character gets +1 to each of its basic powers till the end of the round. That is just good. If you're playing champion leadership, have him. Or actually, yeah. Which I do want to, once I get Nova, I do want to try all 4 champions at once. That'd be pretty fun. Next is Cloud9. 3-cost ally. Thwart 1, attack 1, 3 health. Aerial champion. Exhaust her. Choose a player until the end of the phase. Each aerial character that player controls gets +1 thwart. This is such a good ally if you have aerial. I mean, Captain Marvel. She doesn't even have to be in, like, a champion, which is really good. Ironheart, Captain Marvel, Thor. Not Thor. Well, if you're playing with Thor, yes. Iron Man. Just a good ally, giving +1 to, you know, +1 thwart. And she's aerial, so if you have a way to ready her, that's really good. You can have her thwart for 2 as well. Next is an ally I used a lot when I first got, but now I don't really use anymore, is Black Knight. 3-cost ally, Thwart 1, attack 2, 3 health. His basic attacks gain piercing, which is why I used him a lot when I first got him. He's in like every single one of my leadership decks. Now, he's... I don't know the last time I used him, honestly. I don't really use him because there's so many other ways to do get piercing now, or just, you know, you can find ways to deal with little damage, 1 damage. Even in leadership, there's multiple allies you could play that just deal small damage to ping off. You know, just play Squirrel Girl instead, and you can hit minions, so, you know. Then our next one is one I don't use too often, but that is Major Victories. Thwart 1, attack 1, 2 health. Guardian, when Major Victory is defeated, choose a friendly Guardian character. Ride that character. That's just a good ability. It sucks that's for, you know, stuck with Guardian, but if you are playing with a Guardian, you can give someone Honorary Guardian, and yeah, they can ready. I like Major Victory. So, you know, if playing blue, Guardian in blue, he's definitely going to be in my decks. Ooh, he'd be interesting with Star-Lord, because every ally gains as a Guardian. Huh. Anyways, next we have Giant Man. 5 cost, Thwart 2, attack 2, 4 health. He gets +2 attack if he has 3 or more remaining hit points. I like this just because it is very easy to buff his hit points and heal him, and you can even increase his damage. So he's good for Voltron, weirdly, or just a really good attacker for a while. If we hit top 10, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, yeah. So, wait, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So there are 24. I was correct. Okay. Number 10. This one's going to be... People might strongly disagree with me on this one, but Kate Bishop Hawkeye. She is a 2-cost, Thor 1, attack 2, 2 health, Avenger, and you can exhaust her and discard 1 card from your hand, deal X damage to an enemy where X is equal to the number of printed resources on that card. I don't know why, I just really like this side. This side I always want to include in my leadership decks. Doesn't always make it in, but I love using her, especially where I like using her with Hawkeye. I just think it's thematic, and being able to, you know, you have an extra resource, you could just dump it. Really helpful, deal some damage. I just think she's she's cheap, good ally, if you ask me. Next is one, it changes, you know, how I fill them with each deck, is Ant-Man. 0 cost, Thwart 2, attack 2, 0 health. Ant-Man gets +1 health for each pimp counter on him, and, you know, when you just play, place pimp counter on him for each resource to a maximum of 4 that you paid for him. Or, well, overpaid. But the problem with Ant-Man for me that sometimes is, well, he doesn't work with a lot of really good cards like, you know, Avengers Tower, team building, rapid response. He just doesn't work with those cards because he has 0 health, so that's the problem that I make the call. Actually, no, make the call works. Yeah, that's my problem with him, mainly. Yeah, next one is 7. Nope, 8, because that was 9. Falcon, the Sam Wilson version. He's a 4-cost, Thwart 2, attack 2, 3 health. Response after Falcon enters play. Look at the top 3 cards in the counter deck. For each treachery looked at this way, remove 1 threat from a scheme. That's really good because you get to look at the encounter deck and remove threat. I just really like this ally, and I would really like to see Falcon as a hero. Even, actually, would they do him as Captain America? Because now we have, like, X-23. And we can do, you know, that's... I'd like to see other characters like that, like Kate Bishop, who have, you know, there have been multiple people with a mantle. But I think Falcon and Winter Soldier could be a really cool duo to release together in hero packs. I just really like Falcon ally, and I really want to see him as a playable hero. Next is an underrated ally, in my opinion, Stinger. She has a cost of 1, thwart of 1, attack of 1, 2 health. Play off right enemy has the Avenger trait. She does not count against your ally limit. If you're an Avenger, and you're playing leadership, put her in your deck. There's no reason not to. In fact, I like to run. I play Cap the most in leadership for Avengers, right? So I like to like put honorary Avenger on, and then you can just bring her in for free on Alter Ego, or with like Hero. You know, it's really cool. Also with team building, you can as well. Who's next? What was that? 10, 11, or no, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 is Kalu. He has a 2-cost ally. Thwart 1, attack 1, 2 health. After he enters play, search top 5 cards of your deck for an event, and add that card to your hand. Shuffle your deck. Also, he's a Mystic, which is pretty cool. 2-cost, go get an event. Need I say more? It is really good to go find a guaranteed event and just use it. And sometimes it can be the event you're looking for, or if you know there's a certain event in your car the bottom, and you're at the bottom of your deck, and you know there's a certain event there, just go grab it. OC? Yeah. Next round at the top 5, we have Iron Man. A 4-cost ally. Thwart 2, attack 2, 3 health. Reduce cost to play each upgrade on Iron Man by 1. Or how it should really be read, in my opinion, because I don't think we have any higher than 1. So each upgrade is free to play on Iron Man. He is so good. If you were playing Voltron, this is your ally. And with probably whatever signature ally you're playing, he is the Voltron ally. He is so good. I love playing him, you know. I think he fits into any Voltron deck easily, even if you have to give him an honorary Guardian or X-Men. Next ally is Beast. 4-cost, thwart 2, attack 2, 3 health. Genius. He's the only one with Genius, I believe. After Beast enters play, search your deck and discard pile for a resource card and at your hand shuffle. I mean, put him in a deck with like Captain Marvel. That's just broken. And like with characters with triple resource like Captain Marvel, I think Domino has one coming up if I remember right. And Shawarma. He's just insane. He's one of the best allies in the game. That's why he's number 4. All right, top 3. This might be a little controversial, my favorite 3, but basically, this is the ally I was talking about earlier. Basically replacing with Black Knight is Squirrel Girl. 2-cost, thwart 1, attack 1, 2 health. Response after she enters play, deal 1 damage to each enemy. She's really good. Also, she sweeps Ultron. She's really fun. I love this ally. It's able to pierce off, just knock off a tough status card. You can wipe the floor with some minions if they have 1 health left or low. I mean, bring her. If you're playing Ultron in leadership, bring a Squirrel Girl. Next ally is maybe the most maybe the most, this might be the most popular ally in blue, is what I'm trying to say, is Mariel. 2-cost ally, thwart 2, attack 1, 2 health. After she enters play, each player draws a card. You can have 4 card draw just for that. That's insane. I mean, if you're playing in 4 players, you are literally adding 2 cards because more than her cost. And using cards like Response, Regroup, Make the Call, whatever. If you can bring her back over and over, she could be number 1. But number 1 is just because this has been one of my favorite allies ever since I, got the core box, and that's Hawkeye. He has a 3-cost, thwart 1, attack 1, 3 health. He enters play 4 arrow counters, and after a minion enters play, move arrow counter from him, deal 2 damage to that minion. He is so good dealing with minions, and I think if you pair him up with Iceman, find a way to do that, that'd be really cool. Stun and just deal 2. You know, he's just a really good ally. So this is leadership. We're not done yet. We still have 2 more aspects to go, but this is my leadership ranking. Let me know what you think of my leadership ranking. Do you disagree? What would you change? So now we're gonna pick all this up. I'm gonna have to put all these away after this. This is gonna be fun. Put all these allies away. The fun part. Don't fall. Don't fall. I'm just knocked my... Alright. That's blue. Next, we have protection. This is in the wrong order, isn't it? Wait. No. This part is in the wrong order. I think that's the only part that's in the wrong order, weirdly. Cool. We got protection. We got, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25. 24 protection out, or 25 protection allies. I really should have counted these before. That feels... I guess I'm missing... No, that makes sense, because I'm missing just Drax and protection. While I'm missing way more in leadership, in the other aspects, yeah. Alright, first ally. Actually, the first, 2 allies to me for protection are so forgettable. So, we got Protector. 4 cost ally, thwart 1, attack 3, 2 consequential, 3 health. And when Protector would take any amount of damage, spend a mental, and, reduce it by 1. Forgettable. Such a forgettable ally. I forgot about them when playing... It was Vision, right? Because you're an android. Yeah. Forgot about them when playing the Precon deck. So, yeah. Next, we have 4 cost ally, Charlie at 27. Thwart 1, attack 1, 4 health, retaliate 1, and toughness. Not terrible. Once again, forgettable ally, if you ask me. And, yeah. Came without a Warlock, so I think that was maybe the worst hero to pair that with, but whatever. Next ally is Karma. 4 cost, thwart 0, attack 0, 1 health, Psionic X-Man, I believe. One of like 2 or 3 Psionic allies in the game. After you play Karma from your hand, choose a non-elite minion while Karma is in play. Take control of that minion and treat it as a controlled minion or a controlled ally. The blank text box is thwart is equal to its print scheme and takes 2 consequential damage after it thwarts or attacks. If it was elite, it'd be worth it. I just think it's not worth it for non-elite minion. It's not good. Next is Warlock. 3 cost ally, thwart 1, attack 1, 3 health, spend mental resource, heal 2 damage from Warlock. If he had better stats, he'd be worth it. He is not worth healing. I'm sorry. I just don't think it is. This next one, you could probably do something with it. I don't know. It's Rock Slide. 4 cost ally, thwart 1, attack 3, 6 health, retaliate 1. He's fine. I just think... Oh, he's a little expensive. I get it, but he's kind of expensive, so... And, I don't know. Maybe I'll use him in Protection X-Men, but there's a lot of good Protection X-Men out there, so... Despite me putting 2 of them in the very bottom, Next, we have Nova. 4 cost ally, thwart 1, attack 2, 3 health. Interrupt. When enemy initiates attack against you, spend an energy resource, deal 2 damage to the enemy. Not a bad ability, but I don't know. I don't see a lot of use for that for Nova. Next ally is an ally I keep forgetting exists, is Luke Cage. 4 cost, thwart 1, attack 2, 5 health, toughness. He's got great stats. He's just... I don't know, he's expensive, I guess, is basically my main problem with him. I feel like... Should Luke Cage... I get the toughness makes sense, but I feel like maybe we should have retaliate too, but... Basically... Actually, he's basically a better Charlie, except he doesn't have retaliate, if you ask me. Next is Nightcrawler. 3-cost ally, Thwart 2, attack 2, 2 health. When an X-Men character is an interrupt, would take any amount of damage from an enemy attack, spend an energy, and return to your hand, prevent all that damage. He is basically like Mockingbird for Hawkeye, but X-Men only. That's really good. That's really good. But I find mostly if I'm going to use him, when I use him, I am running a perfect defense build when he would make sense. You want to take damage, and it doesn't count as a defense event. So, really good ally. I just don't use him a lot. Next is Daredevil. I'm kind of mixed on Daredevil. He's 2 cost, Thor 2, takes 2 consequential, attack a 1, 3 health. I really like his ability though. Spawns after Daredevil defense, gets an attack, move 1 damage from him to the attacking enemy. My problem with Daredevil is you're basically dealing 1 damage and he's dead. Yeah, I don't know. He's not bad, but I mean, it is healing him, which is cool, so maybe you could do it against, like, a weak minion. You could take him out or something, but I feel like there's an ally later in the protection that we will see in a bit, you know, that is just better at what he wants to do. It's just dealing damage to an attacking enemy, and we'll get there. Next is Spider-Man, the Miles Morales version, a 4-cost ally, Thwart 1, attack 2, 3 health, web warrior. After you play him from your hand, stun and confuse an enemy if you control at least 3 web warrior cards. Does this include him? Wait, no, this doesn't include him. So, my problem with Spider-Man, he's really good. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. But you have to already have 3 web warriors in play, which isn't the easiest thing to do. So for like half the game, you know, until at least your first deck pass, he's just not worth playing. That's really my problem, is he's not worth playing for a while. That's my issue, and I think the basic Miles is just way better and way more universally useful. His next style is one I used a lot when I got him, but now I just think he's... We'll talk about it. You know, let's get into it. It is Multiple Man. 4-cost ally, Thor 1, attack a 1, 2 health, and after he enters play, search your deck in hand for a copy of Multiple Man and put it into play. Shuffle your deck if it was searched this way, and you know, when you play, and you get 3 copies of them, so you play a Multiple Man, and then 1 enters play, and this ability triggers again, so you get to go get a Multiple Man. Now, my problem with Multiple Man is it can't search a discard pile. So that makes him kind of harder to play. It's because you basically have to play, to get the most out of him, play him immediately once you get him, and can be really annoying. That's the annoying part about him. That's the only part that I have an issue with Multiple Man. But I mean, also, him and Warlock were for X Factor, which now we're getting more, so it's going to be interesting. These two might come, him and Warlock might come back now that we're getting X Factor cards. But, I don't know. I just feel... Yeah, I mean, getting 3 blockers, be able to remove 3 threat or deal 3 damage or anything in between that is great. Just kind of annoying. Next is Starhawk. Starhawk is 2-cost ally, Thwart 1, attack 2, 3 health. Why does this feel wrong? No, it's in the right order. Okay. 2 damage. By the way, on its attack, when Starhawk takes damage exactly equal to his remaining hit points, return him to your hand. I really want I like that ability. He's pretty good, so basically you can constantly bring him out. I want to try this. I haven't tried it yet. Is doing a Starhawk Clea like defense build where they're basically, you know, well, I guess you can't defend with Clea as easily, but if possible, you know, you're just playing these 2 allies constantly, and I think that could be really fun. Oh, he's aerial. That's cool. But yeah, pretty good ally. Just don't use him super, you know. He's just basically you're going to be playing the same ally over and over, which is pretty cool. Next is Brother Voodoo, a 3-cost ally, Thwart 2, 2 consequential, attack 1, 3 health. And after his play, search top 5 cards of your deck for an event card and add to your hand. Shuffle your deck. Basically, he has the same ability as Kalu. It's just I don't like him as much as Kalu because of his 3 cost. So you're less likely to be able to play the event than if you were for Kalu. Yeah, I just think he's a worse Kalu. But hey, he's having protection option is pretty cool if you ask me. Oh, hi. What you doing? My dog came to visit. Hi, Ginger. Okay, then. Anyways, our next ally is Armor. She's a 2-cost, Thwarter 1, Attacker 1, 2 health. Playing for any is X-Men, play with Toughness. 2-cost ally with Toughness. Pretty good. I just think she's a good cheap ally for a good blocker. That's why I like her. Alright, number 11. Thought we were on 10. This is 11 actually. Is Spider-Man Noir. He's a 3-cost ally, X attack, X sword, X attack, 3 health, web warrior. X equal to the number of face down cards attached to Spider-Man Noir. Spawns after you resolve a treachery. If you control another web warrior card, attach that treachery face down here to a max of 3. He's pretty good. I mean, what I like to do is try to get 6 out of his whatever his stats when he has 3 under there, and then you can just have him sit there for the rest of the game and hold on to cards like Shadow of the Past. Only Shadow of the Past, Advance. If there's like a treachery in there that's really bad, like Thanos' one where he attacks with overkill, you can just have him hang on to that. Stuff like that. It's just good. You're fighting Ultron, you don't like his cards where he steals your drone, just do that. Next is number 10. Jocasta. 3-cost ally, Thor 2, 2 consequential, attack 1, 3 health. You may play events attached to her as if they were in your hand. After your play, choose a defense event in your discard pile and attach to her face down. So you can have her hold on to a defense event for you. Really good, especially if you have great attack events with heroes like Gambit and Spider-Man, or defense events. Spider-Man, the Peter Parker version, it is just so good. Just have her hold a backflip and backflip. She's just really good in a perfect defense. That's why she's there. Next ally is one I love, but also I'm kind of annoyed that it's restricted to a specific trait, is Pinpoint. 2-cost ally, Thwarter 1, 2 consequential, 2 health. Playing for your Identity's champion trait, which is why he is not, like, number 1. When a hero interrupt, when a player card will be placed into a discard pile from play, exhaust Pinpoint, shuffle that card into its owner's deck instead. So you can just if you have a good card, you can just be like, nah, and just reshuffle it over and over and reuse it. It's really cool. Yeah, it's any card. It could just be whatever you want. Next ally is, which was 8. Iceman. Iceman is a 3-cost, Thwarter 1, attack 2, 3 health ally. Iceman is played 3 freeze counters. After a minion's play, remove a freeze counter and stun that minion. He's basically Hawkeye, but for stunned. And like I said, I think him and Hawkeye could be a cool combo. But yeah, I like him. He's pretty fun. Actually, I could do that with Cyclops. Cyclops opens up so much deck building possibilities. Anyways, I like this minion. He could just stun minions. So if you have like quick strikes and all that, or you're playing teamwork, like 2 Reavers are activated against you, stop it. It's pretty cool. It's really helpful. Next is Iron Fist. Speaking of stun, 4-cost ally, Thor 1, attack 2, 3 health. He has to play 2 Mystic counters on him. Whenever his attacks, remove one of those Mystic counter from, stun that enemy, and deal a damage to him. That is really good. He's basically Psylocke, but he's stunned instead of confused. So I really like him. Next is in what? So this would be 5. We're top 5 already? Wow. We're in about 15 minutes of aspect here, which is pretty shocking. Is Victor Mancha. Mancha is a 2-cost ally. Thor 0, attack 0, both take 1 consequential, which is kind of funny. 4-cost ally, Andrew Avenger, reduce the amount of damage he takes from each attack by 1. It's good because of that, he's a great defense ally. That's why he's here, honestly. Next ally is number 4. No. Wait. Oh, so she was 11. She missed top 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, she missed top 10. Barely. Anyways, is Black Widow. Thor 2, attack 1, 2 health. Interrupt. When a card is revealed from the encounter deck, exhaust her, spend a mental, and cancel the effects of that card and discard it. Then reveal another card from the encounter deck. Basically, Built-in Spycraft. I think she's really good. She's worth it just for that. You know, you get Shadow, skip it, or whatever. Really good. Same, yeah. I try to include her in every protection deck I can. Speaking of every protection deck that I can is Clea. 2-cost ally, Thor 1, attack 1, 2 health. When Clea is defeated, shuffle her into her owner's deck. She's just really good. You know, you play her, she die, you know, shuffle her in. So you will always have at least one ally in your deck if you're playing Clea, and that is so good to be able to remove threat, deal the damage, and then shuffle her back in. And heck, even if, you know, there's a retaliate out, you can play her, have her take that retaliate to pierce off a tough or something, and then go back in. Top 3. I love this ally so much. You know, bring us back to, who was it? Oh, so long ago now. Daredevil. Spider UK. I want to call him Spider-Man UK. Spire UK. He's a Thor 1, 2 consequential, attack 2, 2 consequential, 5 health ally, web warrior with the interrupt. When Spider UK defends against an attack, deal damage to the attacking enemy equal to the number of web warrior cards you control. This card just kills minions. If you have like 3 or 4, you can just deal 3 or 4 damage. Just do that, and you know, he'll take care of the rest. He's my minion clear in my protection decks. I really like him. He's so good. Next is number 2, Polaris. A 3-cost ally. Thor 1, attack 2, 3 health. Response: after she enters play, give an X-Men character a tough status card. Excuse me. Oh, now it can be... no, yeah, just giving an X-Men... Excuse me. Oh, gosh, apparently... oh. Sorry, I'm good. But yeah, she's really good. Give an X-Men tough status card, which is fantastic. Doesn't even have to be a hero. Yeah, you can include her in any deck and give herself a tough status card. If you're playing with an X-Men hero, either you or you know, multiplayer, give them that tough status card. Why not? It's just really good. Or an X-Men ally, whatever. Next is my favorite protection ally, which is Silk. Silk is really good. She's a 2-cost ally, Thor 1, attack 1, 2 health. Why I love her is this. Response: after you play her from your hand, if you control another web warrior card, search your counter deck for a treachery and discard it. Shuffle. Now, this ally is insane. You can just go get rid of treacheries if you control our web warrior. It's really easy to just bring Web of Life and Destiny, bring another web warrior ally, whatever you want to do. She is easy to get this effect, and she's really good. If you're playing web warrior in protection, this is an auto include if you ask me. She's up here, but we're just gonna put her here. So that is my protection ranking. Now we have basic. The one I'm looking the least forward to because there's so many basic allies. There's too many. Please stop printing basic allies. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even have them all. Alright, let's gather our allies. You're gonna be... ah, crap. There we go. Bye-bye, protection. Next is basic. How many do we have here? Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 29. I feel like I missed one. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Too many. We have like 30 allies here. Next is... first one is one I just don't like. Dum Dum Dugan. 5-cost ally. Thwart a 3, 3 consequential, 3 attack, 2 consequential, 5 health, shield. It's 5 cost. It's I know why. We'll get into why consequential is so bad, but I just don't like this ally very much. When I saw they had Dum Dum Dugan in the game, I was like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. He's in a game. Yay. And then I just don't like him because I don't really like the shield build. I think that's why. So I don't use him. Basically, interrupt. When you use one of his basic powers, list of 3 shield cards you control. For each exile sway, gets +1 of that power for that use. I don't know. Like, I just don't like the shield, so I don't use him and I don't get his benefit. These next 2-cost allies are very forgettable to me. Long Shot. 4 cost ally. Thwart 2, attack 2, 3 health. Plan for identity as the X-Men trait. Response: after he attacks a non-elite minion, discard the top card of the encounter deck. If that card has a star icon in the boost area, defeat this text minion. This ally is just so forgettable to me. I always mix... Whenever I think of Longshot ally, I think of the one from Mojo Mania. He's just forgettable. I don't know why. He just is me. Speaking of forgettable allies, Heimdall. 5 cost ally. Thwart 2, attack 3, 2 consequential, and 4 health. After Heimdall enters play with the top 3 cards of the encounter deck, discard one of them and put the others back in any order. Not a bad ability, but he's 5 cost is not helpful in my opinion, especially with Thor, who we came with. Thor is like never gonna play him, be able to play him ever, unless you have, I guess, some team building, which could be helpful, and maybe a double. Like, I just don't think he's really worth it. He's really good, but not worth including in my opinion. This next ally is an ally I like, but as a drawback so big he's not really worth playing, which is Star-Lord. 2 cost ally, Thwart 2, attack 2, 3 health, great stats. Star-Lord's text gain ranged, even better, except forced response after he enters play, deal yourself face down counter card. It works with the character, it fits, but that's just no. Like it adds up. If you play him multiple times, it really adds up. Next is one I don't know why. It's not a bad ally. I just do not like this ally. That's Machine Man. 2 cost ally, Thor 1, attack 1, 3 health. When Machine Man Machine Man attacks Thor, spend up to 3 resources of any type. Gets +1 Thor, +1 attack for each resource spent this way. I just like it's good, but the fact that you spend 3 extra, 5 resources to get this in 1 turn, I don't use him. I don't use Machine Man. I don't know. I just don't like him. Next ally. Who we got? Oh, yeah. Spider-Ham. 3 cost ally. Thor 2, attack 2. No consequential damage. 3 cost ally. He's also the only cartoon ally. Which, besides his signature ally, but you know what I mean. For deck building. The reason I don't really use him is for response after Spider-Ham attacks Thwarts, discard the top card of the encounter deck for each boost icon. Discard this way. Deal a damage to Ham. This is either going to be really good or really bad. You could have him take no consequential damage for a bit. You know? Thor for 2, no consequential. Pretty good. Or Thor for 2, 3 consequential damage and he's dead. He's knocked down 1 hit. It's the risk that makes me not play him. The reward is there, but the risk is really high for him to just get knocked out. Immediately. I'm talking in Pokemon terms now. Anyways. Next is another Web Warriors. Scarlet Spider, 4 cost ally, Thwart 1, attack 2, 4 health. Playing for a Web Warrior card. Control Web Warrior card. Interrupt. When you would reveal an encounter card, name a card type. Then look at that card. If card of its name type, then you can deal 1 damage to him and draw 1 card. Cool. But annoying to do. That's my problem with him is... And you gotta damage him too. So he's going to go down kind of fast unless you don't use him. Whatever. I mean, I don't know. Next is an ally I just, once again, like Machine Man. I just don't like this ally and I don't really know why. That's Blade. Actually, I know why I don't like Blade. He's a 1 cost ally. Thwart 1, attack 1, no consequential damage, 3 health. Force response. After Blade thwarts or attacks, choose to either spend a physical resource from your hand or discard Blade. I just don't use it. Like, I think he's good like in a Captain America ally build. That is where I like him, where you need like allies on the table for something. He's good in that. Other than that, I am not using Blade. Don't use him. Next is one kind of cool ability. Forget it's a thing. Is Lockjaw. 4 cost. Thwart 2, attack 2. Both are 2 consequential. 4 cost Inhuman. You may play Lockjaw from your discard pile during your turn, paying as resource cost. That's really cool. My problem is I just forget about it. I just always forget about Lockjaw. I don't know why. I mean, maybe if I'm playing let's say this was my discard pile. I should, instead of having like this, do this so I can always see him. Maybe. I just forget about Lockjaw, so I discard Lockjaw to play Lockjaw from my discard pile, but I forget about the ability. It's not a good problem to have. Um, so basically, he's just a resource card. When I don't know. I just had the prompt. Next one. That's not a mixed on is Venom. 4-cost ally, thwart 2, attack 2, 6 health, and symbiote after you reveal an encounter card. Deal 1 damage to Venom. Deal damage to him equal to the number of icons, either star and boost, and that card's boost area, but you get a hazard. That's why I don't really use him, is the hazard icon. I mean, he's not bad. Although you could really probably benefit off this if you include a symbiote suit and Venom, which I never tried, but yeah. I basically only use them in campaign, but that extra encounter card can be really bad. So that's kind of why I don't use them. Same with Star-Lord. Next is Spider-Man Auto Octavius version. We have Thor 1, attack 2, 2 consequential, 2 health, plan for it if you control a Web Warrior card. After you play Spider-Man from your hand, ready an upgrade you control. If the upgrade has the tech trait, draw 1 card. Also, I didn't mention this yet, but with the Web Warriors, I appreciate that they control a Web Warrior card, not Web Warrior trait, which is nice because that means you can play Web Warriors with anybody. I mean, it's a really cool ability, but I feel like it's really only good with certain heroes. You know, Iron Man, Spider-Man is fine with it. Peter Parker and Miles Morales, both of them, mixed ability. Next ally, because these just don't end with basic, is War Machine. 4 cost, Thor 2, attack 2, 3 health, Avenger and shield, pretty cool. Toughness and his basic attacks gain ranged. Cool. I just kind of forget about War Machine and I don't use them. Also, it's interesting that both War Machine allies are 4 cost. I don't remember. I play Iron Man pretty often, and I really like Iron Man, and I cannot remember what War Machine does for him. I know he doesn't have. I don't think he has toughness or range. This might be the better War Machine ally, except he's not a wild. I don't know. I just don't love it. It's a good ally. I just don't use it often. Next one is Agent 13. 4 cost die. Thwart 2, attack 1, 4 health. The reason she is where she is response after Agent 13 attacks or thwarts. Choose a shield support. Ready that support. Now, this is meant for shield decks, but this is really good in heroes like Black Widow and Captain Marvel. They can really, if they have a shield support hero, the hero does, she shines. I think she's an auto-include for heroes like that, because then you can just draw a lot of cards. Next are 2 allies with kind of the same ability. Colossus, a 4-cost ally, thwart 1, attack 3, 3 health. No, they literally have the same ability. Anyways, excuse me. Reduce cost to play, costs by 1 if your identity has the X-Men or mutant trait. Toughness. Not a bad ally, especially if you're running whatever. Thwart thing. An X-Men. Same thing with this one. Angel. Thwart 1, attack 2, 3 health. Reduce cost to play him by 1 if your identity has the mutant or X-Men trait. The only reason he's lower is he'd be a 2 cost instead of a 3 cost. Next is a cool ally with a cool gimmick. Is Snow Guard. 4 cost. Thwart 0, attack 0, 1 consequential. Each 3 cost ally. Now, she's really cool because after Snow Guard enters play, place up to 3 shift counters on her, where shift counters here are equal to X. She gets 1, +3 attack and overkill, 2, +3 thwart and aerial, or 3. 5 hit points and gains retaliate 1. That's kind of what I use her for, because I think she's really good at it. But yeah, pretty cool ally. That if you're in a certain situations, there's a minion, you can give her overkill. There is a really lot of schemes where you have a lot of threat. Give her, thwart and aerial, or just give her health and retaliate. Next is, who is this? Oh yeah, that's who's next. Okay, SPDR, 2 cost ally, or spider. I need to start calling it a spider. I read it and I'm like SPDR, spider. Whatever. 2 cost ally, thwart 2, attack 1, 2 health. Plan for you control Web Warrior card when defeated. Which I don't think there's many allies with that. Add a speedy art to your hand if she was defeated by taking excess consequential damage. Too bad it's not excess damage, or she'd be awesome. Or even better. Yeah, pretty cool. Next ally, who do we got? Right, Martin X. 3-cost ally with the Ward 1, attack 1, 4 health, reduce cost to play him by 1 if Randy has the Guardian trait. I don't know why I like this ally so much. I just do. I think he's good. Even though we have maybe 2 better allies here. Don't ask me why. I just really like him. Also, these 3 have 3 main resources that aren't wild, which I think the only wild basic might be Venom. Oh no, he has one. And he has one. Oh, I was wrong. Anyways, next ally. Mockingbird. 3-cost ally, thwart 1, attack 1, 3 health after Mockbird's airplay. Stun an enemy. Worth including just for that. Now, she's not as good as she used to be, but with a lot of stalwart and steady, but even if they're steady, you can have confused, and that's really good. Especially for a hero like Cap or Venom that can confuse very easily. Next is Rocket Raccoon. 3-cost ally, thwart 1, attack 1, 3 health. Play if your identity has the Guardian trait. When Rocket Raccoon attacks a minion, he gets +3 for that attack and gains overkill. I wish he wasn't only restricted to Guardian, or I would play him with Thor. That's where my problem is with him, is only Guardian. By the way, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So that was 10 actually. Rocket was 10. Okay. Next is Vivian. 2-cost ally, thwart 2, 2 consequential, 1 attack, 2 health, aerial android champion. This might be the ally with the most traits. Here we go. Her response after Vivian enters play. Choose an attachment, non-elite minion, or non-permanent side scheme until the end of the round. Treat that card's printed text box as if it were blank except for traits. This is really good. If you have a villain that has an attachment or relies on attachment, or what's the other one? You know, side scheme. If you're playing Sentinels, just do this to Operation Zero Tolerance. It's awesome. Anyways, it's really good. Next is number 8 is Groot. 3-cost ally, thwart 1, attack 2, 6 consequential, play for Identity's Guardian trait, and that response. After he defends against an attack, deal 2 damage from him. Really good. Wish he wasn't only restricted to Guardian. Same thing as Rocket. Also, let's do a Groot version of this. I am Groot. 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 Count how many that was and let me know in the comments. I wasn't counting. Next is Nick Fury. Some may say I should put him higher. 4-cost ally, thwart 2, attack 2, 3 health. Force response after your play. I didn't realize those forced. Interesting. Choose 1. Remove 2 threat from scheme. Draw 3 cards, or deal 4 damage to an enemy. At the end of the round, if Nick Fury is still in play, discard him. I guess that makes sense, but they kind of... I guess allies don't have more than 1 response. It's interesting. He is really good. He's really versatile. Worth an inclusion. I don't know what else much there is to say about Nick Fury. People probably be mad he's not my number 1. Hi. Hi, Snuggles. How are you? How are you, baby? How's my girl? I'm almost done. I promise. Yeah. Come to visit, come to help. Do you agree with my list? I have a dog. My dog is visiting me now. Oh, alright. I'll see you in a few minutes. Alright, next ally is number 5. People might disagree with me, but Ironheart. 2-cost ally, thwart 1, attack 1, 2 health. After you play her from your hand, draw a card. Basically, she is a solo version of Maria Hill. And we already went over earlier how I feel about Maria Hill. So, yeah, basically same thing applies, but not quite as good. Because you don't do it with every hero. Where am I going to put the next group? I am literally out of space. How am I going to do this when I get all... Anyways. Number 5. Really? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. Yep. Is Professor X. 3-cost ally, thwart 3, attack 0, 3 health. Psionic, which an X-Men. After Professor X enters play, choose 1. Confuse the villain, stun the minion, or ready an X-Men character. At the end of the phase, discard him. He's basically the X-Men version of Nick Fury. He is so good. What I do with him 90% of the time, confuse the villain, Thwart for 3, and then block. Just for that, we're going to do it like he's right there. Next ally, number 4, is Ghost Spider. 3 cost ally. Thwart 1, attack 2, 3 health. Play if you control Web Warrior card. Interrupt. When she leaves play, search your deck for a day-specific event and add to your hand. The quality of that varies depending on what events are in your deck, but that is so good. Go get an event. If you're playing a hero who relies on specific events, it's insane. I'm kind of speeding this up because I'm kind of done. Like, it's been almost an hour. Oh my gosh. I'm not done. I'm ready for this to be done because this is going really long. Next is Spider-Man, Obi Brown. 3 cost ally, Thwart 2, 2 consequential, attack 1, 3 health. Play if you have a control Web Warrior card. Interrupt. When Spider-Man leaves play, discard the top 3 cards of the card deck. Deal damage to the villain equal to the number of boost icons discarded this way. That is so good. Can either discard some really bad cards or whatever. And if you're playing with, I guess if you have access, if you play characters like Blindfold, Gambit, Falcon, ones who allow you to look at the deck, very powerful if you know what's coming. Next is Spider-Man, Peter Parker. 3 cost ally, Thwart 1, attack, or Thwart 2, attack 2, 3 health requirement, 1 of each resource. And response after Spider-Man attacks or thwarts, choose a Web Warrior character, ready that character. Can it be him? Can you just ready him over? But yeah, if I'm playing a Web Warrior and I'm not playing Peter Parker, he's in every single one of my decks. Same with Hobie and Gwen. Really good. Did I say this? Hobie Brown Spider-Man? I think I did. Anyways, next, my favorite base ally is Spider-Man Miles Morales. 3 cost ally, Thwart 1, attack 2, 3 health champion. Response after you play him from your hand. Choose Thwart or attack. Spider-Man gets +2 to that till the end of the phase. AKA, when you play him, Thwart for 3 or attack for 4. Really good. He is very versatile and very powerful. I love this ally. I also love this art, but he is my favorite basic ally. We're done. Those are all of my basic allies. Those are my allies. Updated ranking. Or finish the ranking. I do admittedly need to update, like I said at the beginning, identity specific, aggression, and justice. I also want to rank the villains and the heroes again, or rank the villains and rank the heroes again, but that's going to be a while. I also kind of want to do Nemesis sets and Nemesis, but the problem is I haven't dealt with Gwen's except for at the end of the game, so because of Silk. And then Strange I haven't dealt with except for Mysterio. Fighting Mysterio. And I got a few of the cards, but I haven't dealt with the whole thing yet, so you know, that is going to be it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you know, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see next. Let me know what I should rank next. This was long. I'm done. Oh, that was a lot. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Oh.